Hi everyone, my name's Hannah and welcome back to another video. So today is my first video without my glasses. I've got contact lenses and yeah, I just thought I'd give them a go. So today I am doing another Disney crochet video. It's been a long time since I've done one of these and it's actually a requested video. I get quite a lot of comments saying like, when's the next one coming out? So today I'm doing issues 11 to 14 of Disney Crochet magazine, which you can subscribe to from Hachette Partworks. I'll leave a link in the comments below. This is not sponsored or anything like that. I just really love it. Now issues 11 to 14 of Disney Crochet actually ended up giving us 5 different squares. So Disney Crochet magazine is a magazine where in each issue you get a home item, a gift, some stitch skills, some crochet essentials, I think maybe something else, oh, and a quick and simple. So you get 3 different patterns plus some other bits, but also you get the pattern to make a square, and this square will eventually turn into a blanket. So it's all got like Disney characters on it, and just sort of motifs and colors that represent different Disney characters and Disney films. So obviously up till now I've made 10 squares, and after these 4 issues I've ended up making 15 because we had 5 squares out of these 4 issues. So it's, you know, I've started to get a little bit confused with like getting my head around it, so I might have to write it down or something. But because we're getting more squares now, because I think a lot of the future issues also have 2 squares in one magazine. Or what happened in this magazine was that in one magazine you made 1 square and then the background for a second square because there's another motif on the front, and then in the next magazine you made the second motif. So that's sort of how this works together, which is why we ended up having 5 squares. But let's start going through the issues. Issue 11 we made this square called a Nemo Aqua square. So it looks like this. I think it's really pretty. It's got this sort of like lacy design. I really like the center, the circle in there. I'll show you that a little bit closer, but I think it is a super pretty square pattern, and let's take a look at the magazine. Okay, so this is issue 11 and the color schemes all match. I do like that they are matching these. So first of all we have our Nemo Aqua flower square, which is a pretty simple one. It's got treble 3 together, which I suppose is the only new or like different stitch in this one. This one is a really nice pattern that I do want to make. It's Minnie Mouse earrings, so they're really small. In fact, I'll show them on the model, because at first I thought it was the jumper, but it's actually these earrings just here. I do think they're really pretty. I do like those a lot. Then we have bubbles as part of our stitch skills, and then this 101 Dalmatians jacket. This is in fluffy yarn, which is notoriously hard to work with, but I do really like the look of this. Maybe for winter time I could see myself making something like that. Then we have some crochet essentials on shaping and our princess luggage tags. I don't know why they're luggage tags, because I would have thought gift tags would be better for this. Like, I wouldn't want to put them on any luggage because they'd probably get wrecked. So I think gift tags would be a better name for these, but they are quite cute. Then we have spike stitches 2 following later on, and that is all for issue 11, with some of our things to come in later issues from this set of 4 magazines, so you'll see those in a minute. So issue 12 was the Winnie the Pooh Woodland flower square, and this introduced me to a new stitch called the double treble 3 together, which actually once you've done it is quite a satisfying stitch to do, because you have loads on your hook and then you pull one all the way through, and that's in the red parts of this. So this is the Winnie the Pooh Woodland flower square, so it's meant to look like a flower in the center. I'll show you the I think that might be the back actually. So there's both sides of it, and these red stitches here are the double treble 3 together, so it makes this really big sort of petal shape, but I just think the colours are really pretty in this one. There's a lot of colour changing, so if you are doing squares like this, drawing along the tail and crocheting that in as you do the next round makes it so much easier, because then by the end all you have to do is that first one, if you have not already crocheted that in, and the last one. So it just makes it so much quicker, because honestly sewing in is the bane of my life. I hate it, so that makes it a lot easier. But this was issue 12, so let's take a look at the magazine. Okay, Disney Crochet issue 12. Now the first thing that I noticed about this cover is that they all sort of match. So this is obviously Eeyore, this is the Winnie the Pooh one. So this is the Winnie the Pooh Woodland flower pattern. It's essentially a granny square, but like I said, it's got this double, treble, three together stitch. And then we have these Eeyore booties. They're so cute. I really want to make these for a baby. I just think they're adorable. Then we have the double crochet cluster stitch and inside out stress balls, which I think are quite nice. I just don't know if I'll ever make them. I don't know. I think maybe juggling balls might be better for this, and I could make them if they were intended to be juggling balls. Then we have a little crochet essentials on shaping, and then we have the cocoa cushion, which I think is so pretty. I do really like this pattern. I think it's very bright and summery. Then we have finishing a spiral, so you could have the sort of stopped end, but then also the, I don't know what they've called this, the tapered end, where it looks like it's meant to be one circle. This is the one that I do and the one that they use in the magazine a lot, but I am glad they showed the other one. And then this is in the things to come. I've already had a lot of these come through and I really want to make this. This looks so good. So that is issue 12. So issue 13 is where we started making 2 squares. So issue 13 we started off to begin with making this square, which is the Minnie Mouse Bow square. So I learned how to properly do French knots. This was my first try, so it's a bit loose, but I've never been able to do French knots before and I had to give it a go and they've actually come out pretty well. So this is the square. Now this background is the one that is repeated basically for all the character motifs. So there's a Donald Duck square coming later on and it's got the same background as this square, obviously just different colors. So basically every other stitch you change colors, so it took me forever to make this. That's just the back of it. So it's just a simple square and then the bow is stitched on, you can see that through there, stitched on at the end. So it's quite a solid square, like I can hold it and it doesn't flop over, even though I've not pinned it out yet, but I think this is quite a pretty one. Issue 13, let's go. So here is the bow design and the background for the next one. So the background is going to be referred to quite a lot. This is the only time this background pattern is printed and I've spilt something on it, so it does say in future issues to refer back to this pattern, so this is one to keep if you're following along. This is the Ariel shell necklace. I don't think I will ever make that. This is the popcorn stitch, which I think is a really pretty stitch and I think it'd be really nice for decoration or maybe like the hem of a jumper or something. Then this is the Buzz Lightyear baby blankets, which I don't know if I'll make. I don't know any babies but I do like the color work. I do think it's quite pretty and it doesn't scream Disney as well, so it could be a really nice gift. Then we have cross stitches 1, cross stitches 2 following in issue 14, and the Minnie Mouse tea cozy. This I think uses the popcorn stitch, it looks like it does, and I don't have a teapot that this will fit, but one day when I do have a teapot I think this will be really cute. Then we have spike stitches for the next part, which I think makes a very pretty pattern. That would be a nice jumper pattern. And then in our things to come, some more Cinderella-y autumnal colours, and that is issue 13. So that's issue 13, and then we made the background for issue 14 for the next 2 squares. So these 2 squares were made in issue 13/14, so we made the background in 13 and then the rest of them in issue 14. So it is Mickey and Minnie, so I'll hold these both together. So they're very, very similar. So Mickey's shape is a little bit more, his face shape is a little bit wider at the bottom, and obviously the colours are different, and obviously Minnie has a bow and a more rounded face. That's the back of them, so you can see all my sewing on there. But these are the final 2 squares and that makes up the 5 squares for these issues. Okay, so let's take a look at issue 14. So they are, this one's really falling apart. So we have the portrait squares, So this is the full portrait, and it shows us how to make both Mickey and Minnie, but it doesn't show the background. You do have to go to issue 13 to find that, and that is the same for all the future issues. But this is what the little Mickey and Minnie sort of grid is going to look like. So far we've made this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we've got 5 left to go, so that's going to be really cute. And then we have the Cinderella mice. I've not made them, but I think they might be nice Christmas presents or like little stocking stuffers. This is our Stitch Schools standing chains. And then we have this Snow White apple sweater, which I really want to make. I think it's super pretty. I thought it was a chunky yarn, but it's apparently in double knitting. So I don't know if it's doubled up together or something, but I do really like the design of this jumper. Then we have cross stitches as our crochet essentials, and this Tigger rug, which again I really want to make. It's a really basic rug. It uses Wool Mix Super Chunky by Paintbox, and I was actually going to buy this wool, and then one of the colours wasn't available, but I do really want to make this rug. I just think it's so pretty and it would look great under my desk. And then this is our Things to Come, which I actually have all these patterns, or I don't think I've had that one through yet. And that was issue 14. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Disney crochet video. I am trying to crochet as fast as I can so I can get the next 4 issues out soon. I'm now up to issue, I've got sent issue 46 I think, and I'm only on issue 16 or 17. So I've got a lot of crocheting I need to get on with pretty soon. But I'm really enjoying it. I just think that some of the squares are starting to become a little bit repetitive. So for example, these squares, which are the character motifs, I'm about to do the Donald Duck square, which again is the same background, it's just a different motif. So they are getting quite repetitive, which is nice in the sense that I can crochet in a more relaxed way, like I don't have to be following the pattern for every row, but at the same time I like learning new things, so you know, there we go. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what is your favourite square for these issues. I really like the Minnie bow square. I think that has to be my favourite for these 4 issues. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any new videos from me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!